Hello, Guildford. I've always wanted to do comedy. It's nice to do this with science and comedy. I feel like it's kind of easy mode. So yeah, hopefully we'll have some laughs together. So I am Denis Erkal. I am an astrophysicist / astronomer at the University of Surrey. The reason I say slash is because I never know how to introduce myself. You see, if I say I'm an astrophysicist, everyone looks at me in awe and says, wow, you must be really smart. And it really kills the conversation when I say, yeah, I am really smart. But now saying I'm an astronomer doesn't go much better. You see, whenever I say I'm an astronomer, everyone invariably thinks that I'm an astrologer. This has happened just countless times. One time I was flying into Heathrow, get to the border agent asked me, what do you do? I'm a lecturer, I say. He says, what do you teach? And I say, astronomy. Astronomy, he says. He said it wrong, but I couldn't correct him. I mean, he's a border agent, I'm not going to correct him. So I nod my head, yes. He says, looks at me really concerned. They teach that at university? I'm thinking, that's really harsh, that's my profession. But then I realized he thought I was an astrologer. And I wanted to make some kind of astrology jokes, but I don't even know any astrology, so I just sat there kind of awkwardly like every British person does for about 5 seconds, and then he snapped my passport. So yeah, astrophysics, astronomy, tried those two. Sometimes I try scientist, that's a bit more general, you figure everyone knows scientist, pretty straightforward. So I'm in a taxi once, taxi driver says, what do you do? And I say, I'm a scientist. He turns around while driving, terrifying me because he's not watching the road. He says, you really believe in that crap? I'm thinking, come on, man. I mean, it's like 1,000 years of innovation. It's the best method, it's the scientific method. And I say, yeah, of course I believe in it. He says, but come on, I mean, Tom Cruise does all kind of crazy shit. So yeah, so it's a bit hard to introduce myself. But yes, I'm an astronomer / astrophysicist. A lot of really cool astronomy in the news lately. It's really, just banging, really exciting stuff. A few weeks ago, there was the discovery, the reporting of the discovery of gravitational waves. So these two neutron stars as massive as our sun, only 10 kilometers in radius, so they would fit within Guildford. 30 million years ago, these two stars smashed into each other, releasing gravitational waves. And we detected those a few weeks ago. Even cooler, we figured out that most of the gold in the universe is made in colliding neutron stars. So if you have any jewelry on you made of gold, that was made in colliding neutron stars. Absolutely fascinating stuff. I don't work on that, so it's completely crap. What else is in the news? Let's see. Exoplanets. We live on a planet. Exciting. Find other planets. We found thousands of planets now. What's really exciting is some of these planets are even in the habitable zone, which means if there's water there, it could be in the liquid phase, which means one day we could go live there or find life there. Truly fascinating, really important, cutting-edge stuff. I don't do that either. So what do I do, you might be asking at this stage, which is a valid question. Well, I work on dark matter and the structure of our galaxy. Now, dark matter makes it sound really, really mysterious. And it is. The truth is, if I knew exactly what dark matter was, I wouldn't be talking to you a lot. I would be busy giving my Nobel Prize speech. So yeah, we don't know exactly what dark matter is. So what roughly is dark matter? Well, dark matter is this substance that we basically invented 40 years ago. It's that's not a joke. It was discovered 40 years ago. It's basically to hold galaxies together. Without dark matter, galaxies would fly apart. But they don't fly apart, so they need something else inside them. And that thing is dark matter. So since that was discovered back then, we have much more coherent theories, and I can't explain it in the next few seconds, so I won't try, but basically it can explain almost everything we see in the universe. It can explain, the beginning of the universe, the CMB, all kinds of fun stuff. So what don't we know? Well, we don't know two kind of fairly minor details about dark matter. The things we don't know about dark matter are, well, number one, whether it's dark, and number two, whether it's matter. So I'm somewhat joking because it's a comedy night, but I'm not really joking. So dark matter doesn't interact much with light, but we don't know exactly how little it could interact, so we're still working on that. And we don't know if it's really matter. It could be more like a wave, this whole matter wave stuff. So there's still a long way to go, which is good because that's what I work on and I'll be funded for many years. So a lot of people think that astronomy doesn't really matter. And I think it's because the time scales are very long. So you might think it doesn't really matter for everyday life. Just here's an example. Imagine you're scrolling through the television and you come across the BBC and there's a reporter there. Oh my God, this just in. I'm just hearing the sun is about to enter the final phase of its life. During this phase, it's going to expand. It's going to get so large, it's going to come out to the radius of the Earth, completely melting the Earth. We cannot do anything about this. It is unstoppable. Oh my God, you're thinking, you're at home, should I get the kid? Should I go outside? What should I do? And then the reporter says, wait, this is just in. When's it going to happen? In 5 billion years. So yeah, it's a time scale issue. Or just imagine hearing this on the news. Hello, this is just in. The nearest galaxy to us, Andromeda. It's twice as massive as our galaxy. I've just heard it's hurtling towards us at 200,000 miles an hour. We cannot stop this. It's going to come here. The stars from its galaxy are going to smash into the stars from our galaxy, throwing the Earth out into space. We're going to freeze to death. Oh my God, you're thinking I should get a blanket or something. Is that going to cut it? When's that going to happen? In 5 billion years. So things do matter, but the timescales tend to be quite long. So it's not something to really worry about. But if you're here in 5 billion years, don't be on Earth. You probably want to go just a little bit further out. Yes, my next bit is about. 1 second, let's start about the book. My little book. Yes. Okay. So my job is pretty fun. I do a lot of traveling. Get to go to pretty places and talk to people like yourselves, but not in a comedy sense, but in a scientific way. It is a really, really enjoyable job, but it's so fun that we have an amateur version of my job. So now, that's funny, right? Now, most jobs don't have amateur versions. You don't see an amateur doctor who performs surgery on the weekend, or an amateur lawyer who's just fascinated with law and just loves to read about it on the weekend. But we do have amateur astronomers. Now, normally when you think amateur, you think someone who's just worse at the professional version. And that's true for some things, like amateur tennis, for example. If you're an amateur tennis player, there is no sense in which you're better than Roger Federer. Unless that sense is how hard you suck at tennis. So yeah, in most things, amateurs are worse. Same thing with comedy. In no sense am I better than a professional comedian. But in amateur astronomy, it's not the same. So for example, the stars you see in the sky. So the amateurs are really good at knowing constellations and knowing the names of stars. Professionals are not quite as good at that. So just as an example, I do a lot of outreach, and I go out and I talk to the public, and I talk about all kinds of cool stuff, like what we don't know about dark matter. People always wanted me to tell them what we do know, and I have to tell them what we don't know. But anyways, I go and talk to the public, and they're really excited. And then afterwards, we go outside, and we look at the night sky. And invariably, some little child will come and ask me, "Oh, that's so cool, what's the name of that star right there?" I look at the child and I say, "Kid, I have no fucking clue." You see, all the stars you can see in the night sky are really nearby. We're talking like, thousands of light years. The furthest one is about 5,000 light years you can easily see. That sounds big, but it's tiny compared to the size of our galaxy. And I'm interested in studying the size of, kind of the properties of our entire galaxy. So I have catalogs on my computer with billions of stars in them, but I can't name the stars nearby. It's kind of like you have a cartographer. So this is a guy or gal that makes maps, and they made this beautiful map of the UK. It has mountain ranges, lakes. This person has traveled all over the UK to get this map, and they come and show you the map, and you look at it and you say, "Oh yes, that's a nice map, but what is the name of this rock right here?" And yeah, they don't know, and neither do I. So yeah, it's. Another kind of surprising thing about astronomers is most of us don't know how to use telescopes. That's true. It's not a joke. Yeah, we're just, most of us, kind of work just in an office, and have computers and press buttons all day. So it's not quite as romantic as it sounds. But whenever we get interviewed, so if the press comes to interview us, even though I spend all of my days in my office just pressing buttons like a little monkey, whenever I do a press release and they want to interview me, they always have to find a kind of sexier place, because my office is just not cool enough. It's just got papers everywhere, you know, rotting food. Not the rotting food, but papers just literally everywhere. And that's an accurate place where I work, but they don't want to show that. Instead, they always take us to a telescope dome. Every fucking time. It could be a really old one. This telescope hasn't been used scientifically in 200 years. But we're there. It's the daytime, you know, we're looking through the telescope for fun, like as if we use that one. So, yeah, they love to put us in front of a dome. And I get it. It's sexier than my office. So yeah, last throwaway joke, I guess I'll just put this one in just for fun, because I'm having fun. So there's been a lot of quite accurate portrayals, I think, in the media lately of scientists. You know, we're getting more and more realistic portrayals. And I'm talking, of course, about Thor. I'm Thor. It's a documentary about my life. So thanks, I've been Thor. Thanks for your time.
One more time for Denis Erkal.